doing all sorts of things in the office. This is the office, a salubrious little office it is, and I'll show you, get a bit of an idea of what's going on in the background. Chainsaws, all sorts of fun things. Big cleanup. We've cleaned up a lot of stuff so far, but there is still a lot left to go. I'm just waiting for a container to be moved out here by old mate in the tow truck. He's taking his own sweet time about it. I've got to put the wood chipper away for the day and go into dirt carting mode. So we need the dumper, and that's currently full of wood chips, so we'll go and dump them as well. And if you need wood chips, folks, hit us up. If you're in the southeast corner, you want to come for a drive to the property, we can sort you out with wood chips by the trailer load. So if you're at all interested and you need some, be in touch, get in touch, whatever it is, carl@vofhq.com. So yeah, last night I went up asleep, so my apologies for that. G'day Andrew, nice to have you in, mate. And hello lovely Aussie Sue, morning to you. Well, morning for another 5 minutes at any rate. The DNC conference was not terribly notable. I didn't think Obama's speech, while pointed, wasn't terribly flash. Michelle Obama's rant was kind of thing you'd expect from a bloke like that, I would have thought. The whole DNC conference doesn't seem to have the vim, the vigour, the effervescence, if you like, that I think the Trump campaign has. They seem to be mimicking the Trump campaign in so many different ways. It's quite strange. And the attack ads are soft, I would say, and obvious, although maybe soft and obvious is a good way of describing the American voter as well. Russell Crowe has done a 3-hour session with Joe Rogan. I haven't listened to it all, but the bits that I have heard, he makes some very salient points about politics in general, but particularly the American political system, and sadly the way the Australian political system seems to be playing that way too. And he uses the Teals as an example of how a disgruntled little group that nobody really supports, that has no real aims, goals or aspirations, has been able to come in and foil the Liberal Party, if you like, and help them tumble. Masquerading as conservatives, but being anything but. And in fact, they are, just as left as the Greens and just as left as Labor. He makes some very, very interesting points, and Joe Rogan will be taking those on, I trust. It will be a interesting time for his audience, because Crowe was quite confronting in a lot of what I heard him say. Oh, that doesn't look good. Looks like we've got a lot of rain coming our way. He was quite confronting in some of the ways that he spoke about and to the audience about voting, about the way that their mentality seems to be, support the party regardless, because you just hate the other party. Don't listen to what is being offered. Don't listen to what solutions are being provided, even if there are good solutions being provided by the opposition party. You just will vote Democrat all your life, and that's all that's going to be. That has to change. That is stupidity. That is arrogance. Thinking that it's only the Democrats that can lead. Well, we've proved that the Democrats, and certainly the Labor Party, cannot do it here in Australia, and certainly can't do it in America either. It is quite atrocious what's gone on in both America and here. And of course, it used to be that Australia was 5 to 7 years behind American trends. Now we're lucky if we're 5 months. Sometimes, because we have been a bit of a petri dish of experimentation, shall we say, we've been ahead of the game. And therefore, we've been able to tell our American brothers and sisters what to expect, because they've played it out here with us already. That continues to be the way, although with the American election cycle, the whole world comes to a grinding halt, it seems, because America leads the Western civilized world. And what happens in America is important. What's more, it's important that what happens in America is true, truthful, just. What happens in America, and it's important, is that justice is seen, well, not only seen to be done, but is done. These are all the same problems we're confronting here in Australia. Our judicial system is corrupt from the top of the High Court down. I'm not saying every judge, every magistrate, every High Court judge, I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying the system from the top down. And if you are in that system, you have been touched by it or are going to be touched by it at some point. And you then get to make that choice. Is this a good choice for me? Is this a good choice for us? Is it a good choice for the people? Or is it simply just a good choice for the elite? And sadly, the elite have got to a point where they're appointing High Court judges, justices of the Federal Court, and magistrates. Not just that. It goes lower than that, into local council level too. So much shit. G'day, Phil. Hope you're going all right, brother. Zab, yeah, England is lost. I think, well, we are going the same way with our immigration. We are, not getting quite the numbers that the UK got in the last few years, but our numbers are ramping up. Give it another 3 years, that's exactly what we'll be like here. And of course, Albanese is just ignoring it. I think today, might be yesterday, One Nation released a new cartoon. I commend that to you. It's all about immigration. And with a bit of luck, we will put another little dent in Labor's forehead. Albanese is portrayed in that cartoon perfectly, I think, absolutely perfectly. So many very good portrayals of this weak human being who currently was the default leader of the Labor Party. They really couldn't elect for infighting anybody else. They got this prick and then somehow got him elected. I don't know, I'm sure there's Dominion involved there somewhere, but I don't know what this bloke is doing over here trying to fix this friggin' truck. Hurry up, mate. Oh, looks like we might be getting it, maybe. Yes, that's a bit of interesting news happening around the place at the moment that I only saw a bit of last night and heard a little bit of this morning before I started out here at 7:30. Looks like we will be knocking off in the not too distant future. It's going to get very wet, and a lot of what we're doing we can't do in the wet, quite clearly. Oop. And the tow truck is now out of the way, as you can see. So me and that rather large thing down there behind me need to be reversed into a place where we can make it work. Hope you have a good day, folks. Beware of the dickheads on the roads, and particularly if they're on dirt tracks, driving trucks, towing mulches. Anything's possible.